No, you're not. You can invite people from here, so get rid of that. Or can you invite people? I think it's...
No. Probably Tuesday was
share my video. Share to my post. Share it as a post.
Okay, are you going to be on Monday?
That's it. Leave it alone. Leave it alone. I can do it from here.
Monday?
Yeah, I can do it from here.
I'll try to come today. If I don't make it by 2, I'll come Monday, just so that way I'm not running around Tuesday.
So you're recording?
Yeah.
All right, go. All right, we're all set.
This is your time.
If you can text me.
See, from here? I can share.
Are you looking to buy yourself?
You're going to ask the kids if they're looking to buy herself?
Tell them, give these cards to your mommy and daddy.
Please tell them that I am a licensed.
Share post public. Look, see what I'm doing? I share to public, and I'm also going to share it to groups. So I'll share it to like my group.
Can you do that on Instagram one too?
I don't know. I was going to try.
You should be able to.
I always had. I always have it in the car.
I'm stacking the car, stacking the backpack. So I have my backpack somewhere.
Yeah. I do it on purpose.
Yeah, dude, the lady's been there forever. She's like my, kind of like my superhero. Honestly, like I don't really need that.
Yeah.
But like if the people who are in the house aren't cutting the grass, she calls me.
Like you guys come here like every year.
Second year. It's been the second year so far.
I drove by the house the other day. Yeah, I called it. So one tenant's supposed to come. One who lives in the house. Like the long So the the house tenant doesn't have access to the driveway. The people in the apartment still. And like I said, that lady's been living there the whole time. So her son used to help me shovel. So when I left, I was like, look, I know it's not a release, but I can't come down here and shovel because it's an hour away. She said she's just like so old school. She's like, well, we gotta get out. We'll do what we gotta do. I was like, thank you. I was nervous that she was gonna be like, yeah.
You want to keep it recording? You're
And then the next person who moved in downstairs.
Yeah, but it's live right now, right?
Yeah, it's like.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's a
Yeah.
little delayed, but.
Yeah.
You want to keep it recording even though nothing's happening?
They're about to bring them in now. Let's get these. We're good.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Hey, Danny, I'm gonna need you guys to make sure that this spot right here is not covered by anyone, because this is the line of sight of the main camera. So let's just make sure that. And if you need to pan the room for anything, you can pan the room. This obviously moves left and right. Don't mess with this one because this one makes it go that way. So just here, so make sure this is completely good. Perfect. All right, we're straight. Came out good, right? I love this thing. Look how good that looks on the camera. How funny. They just look at the camera, they don't even know time.
Yeah, that's what we were saying.
Oh, you guys yeah, the whole world's watching. That's funny. Alright, go.
Can you press the red button? Like this little thing? Yeah.
The record button?
Did I hit it?
It's recording now? Perfect. Alright, so now put it back. You're so funny.
Unless he's got a client outside. Nice shirt, Lou.
Thank you. We're good. It's looking good? Is acting right? Who is that guy? I never heard of him.
I don't know. I think he's stalking us. Will you want to take care of him?
Yeah, definitely. I think
Oop, be careful. Sorry, guys.
What does it mean when you're on Facebook Live and this person pops up and you click add?
Huh? Yeah, I have them both on. Both recording, both on.
All right, guys, I'm bringing them in.
Please do. I'll let you introduce.
So, people that aren't talking, just going up or staying down here?
You're gonna be part of the. You're gonna be part of it. You'll see. It'll all make sense to you later. You guys are gonna hang out. Stand up here. Yeah, just stand back here. Yeah, just make sure no one walks in front of the camera when it's in the way. If you see anyone standing there, just randomly, just have them move because it's gonna be recording. Hey, how are you? Good to see you again.
Good to see you, buddy.
It's a pleasure.
What?
We're gonna make you guys proud this year.
Oh, yes, we're
Yeah.
excited. We're excited.
So cool. I'm messing with you over here. You see that, right?
Yeah. I was like, why did it just go up?
That's so cool, bro. It's really awesome. Like rental units?
Like if you have 1 3 family, that's 3.
Yeah. I don't have too many single families. They're mostly threes. And we have almost 20 now. So like close to 50, I think. Close to 50 tenants. Yes, you are. How you doing? Good.
So you're saying you have 20 like houses?
Yeah.
Multi-family.
Yeah, but they're not all rented right now though because some of them are under construction. So by the time they're all done, probably close to 50 tenants.
It was awesome.
It's something to shoot for. That happened in 3 years.
That's what I'm saying.
It happened in 3 years.
My goal by 25 to do 25
Yeah,
units.
I didn't have one rental in 2014.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
Like I said, it's not that many people. You're good.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking we're talking like 300-400 people.
Oh, no. His class was like, how many people were in your graduating class?
13.
Like
I was
13?
gonna say like the most people I ever talked in front of was culture.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, don't worry about that.
All right, everybody. All right, boys and girls, first of all, I want to thank Coach Stacy for being here today. So we want to open up with prayer as we always do. And we're going to go ahead and get started and introduce our guests. So with that said, let's see, Julie, will you open us up with prayer, please?
Lord, I'd like to thank you for giving us this day and allowing us to hear our prayers today.
Amen. All right, boys and girls, I'm going to bring up Pastor Yuri. He's as our executive director. Let him introduce our special guest today. And so we just want everybody to give their thank you first of all for your time.
It's Steph. Yeah, and Dennis Rocco and Dennis Ella.
So Pastor Yuri, let's give it up for Pastor Yuri.
That's why y'all gave me the little.
All right, give it all up.
Hey guys,
Oh, you switched it.
one of the things that we were talking about today.
Yeah, I have it in, I just put yours together and then I took the other one out and put it in the
You
end.
guys here today because Culture States right now, we partnered up with them last year, and here they are again for the second time at Sinai Christian Academy. So the gentleman that I'm going to bring up here, he happens to be a good friend of mine, someone that I met more than 15 years ago, and I'm so proud of him, how far he's come, and how he started his own firm, Culture States. So without further ado, would you help me guys bring up Louis Lee?
Thank you, Doug. Appreciate it. Good morning, guys. I hope you guys are excited about this as we are. I have a lot of my agents here today, and they're really looking forward to giving you guys some tips and just some advice on things that they've been through and things that you guys may see in the future. But I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story and how we created Culture Estate and what the company that we are today and all the good and bad that's happened in between. So, 7 years old. I just turned 37 April 10th. I grew up in Elizabeth. I grew up in Rahway. I graduated Rahway when I was, in 1999. I was 18 years old. Had no idea what I was going to do. I was one of the top students in my school, but I was not able to go to college. At the time, I was undocumented, and I didn't know if I could apply for grants, apply for financial aid, scholarships. So all of that stuff to me seemed like it was just going to be just a dream. So I didn't have that opportunity. So what I did right off the back is I was a very hard worker. I started cutting hair when I was very young, 14 years old, and that carried me through my my years as a teen and into my early 20s. So I was very entrepreneurial, and I started cutting hair barbershop, and then I opened my own barbershop, and then I figured to myself one day that I was meant for a lot bigger things than just cutting hair. I felt like I was encapsulated in one place, and I wanted to just grow and just be different places. So I started thinking, how can I expand myself, and how can I, really carry out something I want to do? So then I took a break, and I really studied myself, and I asked myself, what is it that I really love? What is it that I'm passionate about? And what I started to notice was that ever since I was a kid, I always used to daydream about having a house. Because as a kid, my family and I, we used to always move from apartment to apartment. Like every year, it seemed my mom wanted to move to a different apartment. So it was never had any stability. So I wanted that for myself. I wanted a home. I wanted to invest in homes and fix them up from ugly to good, make them look really nice. So I always used to catch myself thinking about these things. Can I do that? Well, maybe I can try to do that. So when I was 18 years old, I tried to buy a house, and I wasn't able to. Like, I didn't have documentation to go to college. I wasn't going to get a loan for a house. So that went out the window. So then I just took, I went back to the basic, cut hair for a few more years. And then when I turned 21, 22 years old, somewhere around there, I realized that, okay, if I'm not going to make a change today, I'm never going to do it. So I sold my barbershop. I didn't even look back. I went right into real estate because that's what I wanted to do. I had the worst first year in real estate that I think anyone could have. I hardly made any money. Some of you guys are probably making more money now as high school years than I did when I was first year in real estate. So that was just the learning curve. I figured out a few things, that I was in the wrong environment, I was in the wrong place, and I wasn't really learning much from the people I was around. Second year, we went into a different office, and I did excellent. I had the right mentorship, had the right tools, so then I was around the right people, so then I became a top agent right away. So ever since then, fast forward to today, real estate has been my passion, my career, and everything that I can imagine myself doing. I ask myself sometimes, would I be happy doing anything else? And probably not as happy as what I'm doing today. So today we're going to talk to you guys about finding your passion and finding what you want to do in life. And it doesn't have to be the traditional 4 to 8 year education in a higher learning facility. It doesn't have to be that. If you guys feel that you guys are meant for maybe some kind of a business career or maybe entrepreneurism, something like that, that's an option. So today we're going to talk to you guys about things like that. I'm not going to take too much time up today because I do have some great guest speakers who can give some real life testimony of what they've been through and what they've accomplished. And our first speaker to today is one of your very own, Petros. He was here last year, young man. This young man fascinated me from the day I met him. Last year when we were here, he was totally engaged in everything. I got a phone call from him a few months later stating that he was interested in joining our office, and I was honored. I was truly honored. He felt like I was going to give him an opportunity to maybe create something better for himself, and I was like, oh my God, I'm honored that you're even calling me because I know you're going to be a great success no matter what you do. So guys, I'm going to give him the stage. I'm just going to let him mic up, and then it's all yours, buddy. I'm going to give you this one, 2 positions for Facebook. Toss this in your pocket. Gotcha. You're good to go. Put a little muffler on there. Good. Without any further ado, guys.
As some of you might know, I'm an alumni here. I'm going to, yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I came here back when Sinai was still first opening, when Miss Cora and Yuri weren't here. It was completely different from what you see now. There was practically no cameras, so everybody did what they wanted. It was a little iffy. It was I wouldn't say fun. It was rough. Fast forward my senior year, Lewis came here with his staff, and it was probably the best decision of my life calling him. When I had called him, I honestly thought I was going to be offered like an internship opportunity where I would be like working to learn. And then he offered me a job. So I decided, you know what, I'm gonna drop college because I had already paid for my classes. I had my schedule set up, but then I was like, nah, this is what I want. School was never a thing for me. That's just not how I learned and how my brain worked. And I knew that I had a passion for business. So once I called him, I was full in. So I just want to get straight into the PowerPoint here. Financial education. That's what we're talking about today. Why should you care about financial education? First and foremost, with anything in your life, it's because knowledge is power. I don't care what it is that you want to go into, whether it be basketball, you want to go for your doctorate, engineering. It's always good to have that knowledge in that field because you'll know ahead of time what you're getting yourself into. So for example, with me with business, I've always had that passion. So ahead of time for me even jumping into real estate, I already had a brief understanding of how it worked, just because it's something I was interested in. So it's always good to have that knowledge on certain things. If you want to be wealthy, study wealth. Do any of you guys play basketball? All right, so quite a lot of you. I'm pretty sure you guys have practiced before, right? You guys have watched certain basketball games. If you want to mimic someone's style, you've studied it. It's the same thing with wealth. If you want to be wealthy, you're not going to go on the street and talk to homeless people on how to be wealthy. You're not. You're going to look up Jeff Bezos, you're going to look up Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, what it is that they did to become successful and wealthy. And you're going to understand that it's they decided to go in fields where there's no cap on your income. So what I mean by that is, if you have a cap on your income, you're making $20 an hour. You're making a set rate. With business, with sales, you're not having a set rate. So that means that your income is dependent on your success. Avoid costly mistakes. Do not be afraid to talk to elders. Do not be afraid to go up to you and say, hey, what is it that you did in your life that you feel like you messed up? How can I might not make that decision? Because you do not want to waste years of your life making stupid mistakes. It's not worth it. The second one, why is your credit important? How many of you have a credit score? I was the same thing. I was the firm believer cash is king. Like, what do I need a credit score for? But as I got into the business, I learned just how important it is. First and foremost, banks use it to rate you. So if you want to get a car loan, like, you want to drive that nice car, but you can't afford to pay it all cash, so you want to finance it. No bank is going to give you the loan or help you out, or even a car dealership is going to want to give you that if you don't have a good credit score. Your credit score shows your responsibility. It shows that you can afford it. It shows that you're credible. The lower the score, the higher the interest rate. Who wants to pay 20% on interest rate? I'm pretty sure you guys don't know how effective that is now, but in the long run, when you want to buy a house or a car, that 20% really does add up. Instead of you paying, for example, let's say $200 a month, you'd be paying close to like maybe $250, $260, and that extra $60 can go to your pocket. Employers look at this to see if you're responsible. So for example, if you have a low credit score, something really low, like the 500s, and you work at Walmart and the register's open, no employer is going to hire you knowing that you have a low credit score because they're saying, all right, maybe he's in a distressed situation where he can't afford certain things. What if he opens the register and puts some in his pocket? That's the last thing that they want to do, is risk that. Why do banks look for when you need a loan? Your income. They want to see how much you make. They want to make sure that you can pay them back. Because no bank is going to give you a $50,000 loan if you only make $20,000 a year. They know you can't pay them back. It makes no sense. Your credit, as I stated before, your credit is super important. It's literally how people look at you. So for example, I'm pretty sure you're all familiar with the Army, right? You don't have a name in the Army, you have a number. It's the same thing with credit. They don't look at your name, they look at your credit score. High credit score? All right, yeah, he's good. Low interest rate. High credit score, he's going to be something in life. He's responsible. That's what they look at. So you want to not be a victim of the system, play the system honestly. Savings. How many of you guys have a savings account? Y'all way ahead than me. I didn't believe in saving. I was like, I just won't spend as much. But the effect that your brain works, if you just put aside money and you naturally do that, at the end of the year, you'll have no idea how much money you saved. So for example, if you save $1 the first week of the year, $2 the second week, $3 the third, and so on and so forth, and how that works, towards the 52nd year of the week, the 52nd week of the year, you'll save up over $2,000. And you probably wouldn't even guess that because it's a little money out of your pocket. Savings really does matter, and if you get in the habit of doing it now, it's going to save you a bunch of time later on. So I want to pass this up to a coworker of mine who is going to do great on this segment, Steph. Here, you got a mic up.
Yeah, you need to get your mic?
Yeah.
The other one.
Oh, the other one? All right. There you go.
No? I have to?
Yeah.
Is that me? Oh. Good?
You're good now.
Hi everyone, my name is Stephanie, and a little story about me. When I was your age, I really did not have a clue what I was going to do with myself, and that's okay. I know we don't have our lives figured out. We don't know what we want to do. You want to go to college, you don't want to go to college. What do you want to do with yourself for the rest of your life? As I was growing up, and I know that when we were kids, we all want to be something when we grow up, right? Whether it's a fireman, police officer. I actually wanted to play basketball, maybe in the high leagues, but my height didn't allow that. I became good at the things that that short people can do, playing basketball. If anybody's sport fan here, anybody plays basketball? Yes?
Hold on.
Okay, nice. So what I learned to do was play defense. Defense wins championships, right? That's something I learned to do. I couldn't reach to the top people. I was down low. That's something I learned to do when I was, as I was growing up. I was really big into sports. If you play sports, you had to have good grades. I kept, having good grades because of that. I couldn't miss school because if you miss school, you can't play that game, right? So, I remember that as I was going through school and playing, I was playing softball, soccer. I played 1 year. Really not really good with my feet. I could just really run really quick. But I remember that because I kept having good grades and doing that, I graduated top 30 of high school. And I don't know if you guys are familiar with New Jersey STARS programs. No? Okay, so I'm going to jump into what I'm going to be speaking about today. Scholarships. New Jersey STARS programs happened to start the year I graduated, which was 10 years ago from high school. It don't look like it. I still feel like I'm 21. So New Jersey STARS program started in 2007. And what this program is for the top 15% of high school students in your senior year if you have a good GPA. I happened to graduate with a 4.1. Don't ask me how. I just remember I like school. But New Jersey STARS program, that's something you guys can look into if you're top 30, top 15% of your class. What I didn't know then was that the New Jersey STAR program continued from community colleges. So you're covered in the New Jersey community colleges, and then they're able to cover you for the university that you. When I found out about this, I was really sad. One, because New Jersey STAR program didn't have that at that time, and I was able to go through university and still go for free or at least get funded for that, but I didn't know that. If I was to go back, I would go to a community college, whether it's county, you pay less. It comes at less out of pocket. There's our other scholarships that I applied to, which is a little late to for now, but McDonald's, if you're still a junior, you can still do it for the next March. It's always in March. I won $5,000 just writing an essay, and that helped me finance myself for my first car when I went to college. And I do suggest don't go buy a brand new car. Buy something where you can afford, because I ended up not being able to afford the payments down the road. There are other scholarships. Did anybody sign up this year for FAFSA? Are you aware of what that is? Okay, awesome. The deadline is literally April 15. I hope you guys are all done with that. Other scholarships are, I thought I saw a hand. Other scholarships that are available are HAKU, something I didn't know about. It's a scholarship where if you don't know what you want to do with yourself, it's really good to look into. They start from freshman year and they pay you according to your year. They give you boarding fees as well. Go away for 3 months. anywhere in the US or Puerto Rico. I applied for this, but it was already junior year, senior year, and I didn't get it. But it's something I wasn't aware about. Loans, okay? If you want to, you know, if you can't get financial aid, which is through FAFSA, you can still apply for a loan. They will still give it to you even for college students based on, you know, your income and your parents' income. And that's how you're going to be able to finance yourself through college. Savings plans, Peaches mentioned it. I had no savings when I was in high school. I really didn't. I was all about playing and enjoying myself, you know, doing sports. So start yourself looking into how you can start a savings plan, go to the bank, try to see what you guys can do and get yourself started. And you also have your parents. Whether or not, I come from living with a single mom. She wasn't able to, you know, always save for us. She was always working and meeting ends meet. That meant I had to work. Work study, that's something that, you know, if you apply through financial aid, there's a little click on the application that you can get work study. They will also finance you, and you can still be at college and still doing your homework and get paid for it and still get, you know, be able to help yourself with that. Military, so my brother decided that he's going to go to college for 4 years, and after 4 years he was going to graduate and look into himself getting the military. When you're in the military, they pay up to 20%, I believe, your last 2 years of loans, complete your 4 years. I have a friend of mine, she decided to go in the same thing after she graduated college for 4 years. She's a sergeant now, and that's a girl. You know, anything you want to do, I believe in yourself that you can do that. Starting a business, you're passionate about anything. Is there anything that you like to do? There's so many things out there. We have social media, we have YouTube videos. There's so many things that when I was growing up, I didn't really have access to this. Everything was, you know, word of mouth or really just going around. I mean, the iPhone started in 2007. That's the year I graduated high school. Really, you know, and that's a business that, I mean, look at the iPhone now. Somebody started from nothing. And sometimes I'm a firm believer that the greatest opportunities will not always be obvious. They won't. You know, you're going to have to go around life and still try to see what works for you, what doesn't work for you. Everyone has different talents. We're all gifted with something. You know, tell me 5 years ago to come and speak in front of a class, I wouldn't be able to. I wasn't always this outgoing person, this person that can go up and speak in front of a crowd. I was afraid. I was shy. You know, I didn't, you know, growing up as a child, I was bullied, so I kept to myself. I wasn't around people. So I didn't become what my environment was about. I kept being me. You know, people may not see you and may not look at you and say, you know what, that's a great person right there. They have a good heart. They have talents. They can do this. They can do that. People don't see that. But you still carry yourself and push yourself to be who you are. Which brings me to part-time jobs. My first job was at a front desk in real estate. I had no clue what I was doing. It was my first phone call. I learned Portuguese because of real estate. I had no idea what this lady was saying. It sounded like gibberish to me. And I was so nervous because she was screaming at me. So I'm like, wow, this must be an important phone call. But I didn't know what she was saying. My broker at that time, she helped me out, and that was something I had to overcome, the language barrier of learning a third language, because I went to school first in Ecuador, which I first learned Spanish, and then I moved to the US when I was 10 and learned English. It was a challenge for me to learn English, knowing Spanglish in a way, you know, and then learning a third language, which is Portuguese. I can read it, but I can't write it, but I can understand it, and I can have full-on conversation. And that's because I took that step to, you know, get out of my comfort zone and learn something that I had no idea that I was going to be exposed to. You know, my other part-time jobs, I work as retail at the mall. You know, that wasn't something I liked. I wasn't really into selling clothes. I really wasn't. I was still doing real estate, going to school. I dropped out of college. One, because I couldn't afford it, because my FAFSA didn't cover for it, and I wasn't going to pay all of that money out of pocket. It was and I was not the person to get myself into more debt. That's not something I wanted. When you are 18, there is a credit card called First Financial Bank that if you have no credit, they will give you money to fund yourself for school. But they will increase your limit and your limit and your limit, which means you will get into debt, into debt, into debt. That's something I did, and I got out of, and I shredded that credit card. AP classes, you know, Anybody here in AP classes here? No? This is something that some high schools offer where you can carry over college credits to your next high school. But I want to speak a little bit about some of my part-time jobs just for a minute. I also did serving. That's where I was able to overcome the shyness. I was able to, learn more about people. I was always about customer service, and just that's not something I thought I would do, because honestly, the first day I was going to quit. I just grabbed food and I just felt itchy. I'm like, how am I going to do this? And something about me, I don't eat burgers. But let me tell you, I was able to sell burgers to the T. I could sell you Johnny Rockets, anybody? Okay, embarrassing, but I had to dance. And I don't remember the dances, which is really good.
Let's see it.
No. But that was the job also that I didn't know that it was gonna make me grow in ways that I didn't think possible today. Again, I know you guys are sitting there and saying, I don't know what I want to do with the rest of my life. And you don't have to have it figured out. Life itself will show itself, and God opens up so many opportunities that it will be there. Even if right now, today, you don't expect it and they're not obvious. Books. Mistake in college. I spent $700 my first semester in college. I didn't know better. At that time, we didn't have all this netbook checks, rent your book, e-campus, something, something, something. Following semester, I spent $250. But that's because I did my research. It is out there, guys. Get yourself educated on ways that you can save money. Same thing with food, going to college. You can prepay your meals. The same thing with the parking. You can prepay. You can pay for the month when you're going to go to school. If you're either gonna commute or you're gonna take the train or the bus. I took the train and the bus because I got into a car accident and I couldn't drive. It was hard, but you know what? I knew about the news a lot more than I ever did because I don't watch the news, and that kept me up to date with one of my business classes. Dorming, definitely pricey. But if you want the experience, I suggest it. Get yourself out there. You're going to be around, like-minded people, going to school, all the good stuff. I already spoke about community and transit. Clothing, please. Wants versus needs. Do we really need this, or do we really want this? That's the way you're going to be able to help yourself not overspend and help yourself get through college or anything that you guys really want to get accomplished, whether you want to save for a car, whether you want to save for a house. Out-of-state expenses. If you are we are in Union County. If you're looking to attend a college in Bergen County, Hudson County, you will pay out-of-state expenses. That will be your expenses added on to your tuition. If that's something you want to do, if that's something you want to look into. Entertainment. Again, wants versus needs. Do you really need this? Do you really want to do this? And let me tell you, one of my professors, psychology. This class was nothing about psychology. I've never had to read so much in my life. I'm not even kidding you. I still have all the papers from everything we learned in psychology. And it wasn't even topics about how does the mind work. It was topics about, it was history related. It was intercorrelated that I was like, I've never had to read so much in my life. He gave me an A because I kept pushing hard, but not because I earned that A. And one of the things that he told me and I started doing in college was, if you're doing so much homework, you need to go out. Go out Friday night, hang out with your friends, do what you need to do, save, be good, and come back and do your homework. Because you need that time to recoup. You need that time to re-energize yourself from everything that's happening between work and school. I had 5 jobs my junior year because I did not want to get a loan. I didn't. I refused to get a loan for school. FAFSA only covered so much of my tuition that I had to work and keep working. Real estate was one of them. I sell Avon, if anybody knew. I just gave out the book. I was serving. I had 2 serving jobs, and I was also bartending at a stadium. And technology, laptops, iPhones, we have them. You need them. Schools have them. You don't need to buy them right away. They have everything that you need for you to get started. And any questions? That really would be all about me. Good? All right, awesome. I have 2.
Yeah, I need that one.
This is the clicker.
How do you?
Just the right.
This? All right. So my name's Rocco. I'm a fairly new agent, but I was in one of your seats not too long ago. I graduated from high school 2 years ago, back in 2016. A little bit about myself. I always wanted to work from young age, from 8, 9, 10. I was always shoveling driveways, just trying to make a buck here and there. And then when I was finally 12 years old, that's in Colonia where I grew up, you're allowed to go get your umpiring license. I got my umpiring license and I umpired games, tournaments, whatever I can, just to get some extra money in my pocket so I could go spend it on whatever I wanted to. And at that time, back to what Petros was saying, I wasn't saving, I was just spending anything I could. But fast forward a little bit, I went to Colonia High School. Didn't really know what I wanted to do, was fairly confused. I'm sure some of you guys don't know what you want to do. So then I was just following my parents' footsteps, I was going to go to college. I went to Middlesex County College for a year, major in criminal justice. I was like, let me be a cop, let me try to do something else besides business. I was never really interested in business, I always wanted to stay away from it. So I was like, let me be a cop. So I went for a year.
You look like a cop.
That's what I wanted to be. But so I did criminal justice for a year, and then midway through, I worked at a restaurant, and I met one of my coworkers who isn't here today, but he still works with us today, one of the top producers at our agency. Kind of told me, his name's Harry Page. He was like, "What do you want to do with the rest of your life?" And I was like, "Honestly, I have no idea." So he was like, "All right, well, you got the personality. Maybe why don't you try real estate out?" So I was like, I don't know. I was always interested in real estate, but I never thought I'd be able to do it. And so I went to one of the trainings that Lewis had at the agency, and I loved it. And then my parents were like, "Oh, you're gonna sign up for a spring semester next year?" And I was like, "No." And they were like, "Why?" And I was like, I'm gonna drop out and I'm gonna do real estate. And obviously they weren't very fond of that. And I'm not telling you to don't go to college. I'm not telling you to go to college, but there are always other options out there. And your parents aren't always going to be the most supportive people. I mean, right away, my parents weren't very supportive. I have a tattoo on my wrist that says "believe" because I knew that I have to believe in myself to be able to progress and become further in life. So that's really what I did. And then now, my parents are my number one supporters through everything. But that's a little bit about me and kind of where I am today, and just how I can relate to you guys. So I'm going to talk about what you should know about homes before buying. So there's a lot you should know, a lot of research you guys should do. Obviously, you guys are going to be buying homes for a little bit, but just stuff to keep in mind. Condition, there's different kind of loans you guys can get. You guys could get 203K loans, FHA loans, conventional. 203K loans are going to be kind of renovation loans. So let's say you go into a home that needs some work. Sometimes you're going to end up saving yourself some money by going into a home that maybe needs $30,000, $40,000 worth of work. You're getting it cheaper, but you put that money in. Let's say you buy a home for $200,000, I'll give you an example, and then you put $40,000 into it. You're at $240,000. When the home fully renovated, you could buy one for $300,000, $325,000. So you're saving yourself that extra tens of thousands of dollars in the long run. Someone doesn't want to do, someone maybe just wants to turn key, but it's something to keep in mind. Location. Location's key. You got to know where you want to live. You got to know where you want to be able to grow your family later on. Make sure the school systems are good. Make sure the taxes are low. There's a lot of different things that go into owning a home, different locations. If you're going to be commuting to the city, you want to be by a train station. There's a lot of different things that go into location. And this goes back to the first bullet. Condition goes into repair costs and value after repairs. So you do those repairs to a home that needed work. You got that 203K loan. You put $30,000, $40,000 in. You could have $50,000, $60,000 in equity. Let's say you want to turn around and sell that home later on. You got a lot more money to make than you spent in the long run. All right. So how can you invest in real estate? That's number one key. What everyone is wondering. This is something that I've been working on with a lot. I work with a lot of investors. So purchasing distressed properties. A couple different ways to purchase distressed properties. Is there people who are being either foreclosed on their home or can't pay for their mortgage. You can purchase short sales. You can purchase at sheriff sales, foreclosed properties. There's a whole bunch of different ways to go at it, but you're always getting these properties under value. And that's what some people don't understand. They're thinking that if they buy homes for $300,000 and they try to rent them out, there's not much profit margin there. What is a sheriff's sale? A sheriff's sale is pretty much an auction for homes for people who have been foreclosed on, and whether they filed for adjournment, which is like giving them some time to pay back their dues. But if they're not able to pay them back, then they'll go up for auction, and it's where pretty much the highest bidder will win the home, no matter whether the bid could go up to $300,000, or you can get a home for $60,000. I've seen homes go for $65,000 that are worth $300,000. So someone can make a good payday on one home. So flipping homes, that's a big factor in how you can make money in real estate. I can give you an example. One of the guys, Lewis and I picked up for in Sayreville, we picked the property up for $218,000 at the sheriff's sale. And we weren't able to get inside. We took a look at it. We were like, let's give it a shot. Everything looked good. So then after we got home, we got inside. The kitchen was brand new. They needed maybe $5,000 to $10,000 worth of work. And then he could have put that thing on the market tomorrow if he wanted to for $300,000, $325,000 and make $100,000 within a week or two. So it's not bad.
Did you say a week?
A week, yeah, a week. or two. But so flipping homes, that's just an example from one of my experiences. Always an option. And then rental properties. This is an example I can give you. I got one in Carteret for one of my investors. At the sheriff's sale, I work with a lot of sheriff sales. I picked it up for $169 was the total price. Needed, I think, maybe $25,000, $30,000 worth of work. He's getting the work done now. So with that, he's still under $200,000. He's going to be renting each unit out for about $1,500. That's $3,000 right in his pocket every month. And in the long run, you're going to end up, it pretty much pays for the mortgage, and you got $1,000 going in your pocket every month just from a small investment he made. So it's definitely fun. How can you become an entrepreneur and not do the standard 9 to 5? Because I knew when I was in school, I never wanted to work that 9 to 5. That's why I wanted to be a cop. I wanted to work 4 days on, 4 days off. I wanted to have that freedom. But then again, you're always working under someone. When you're an entrepreneur, you're working for yourself. So there's a few different ways that you can become an entrepreneur. Find your passion. Find a business that works for you. I mean, every business is not going to be easy. When I got into real estate, I didn't do it for the money. I did it because I wanted to help people. And things started rolling along, and I'm really enjoying it now. And not that I say I didn't enjoy college, but I don't see myself going back to college because I'm very happy where I am right now. So you got to find your passion. Obviously, for real estate was my passion. There's many different businesses out there that you can get into and really make a good living for yourself. Plan or fail. This goes back to really making to target your audience. Let's say you want to do a business and you need to target your audience. For myself, I'm not going to go and target people who are like middle schoolers or like people who are like elderly. For myself, I go after people who are 25 and up because those are the people that are going to be buying, selling, and investing in houses. You got to really target your audience and know who you're going to be working for and working with. Always want to just focus and make sure you don't lose focus. As long as you're consistent and you focus on what you want to do, I mean, the sky's the limit. You can do anything you want, and don't give up. That's the same thing that I always go through, and that's why I have believe in my wrist, because as long as you believe in yourself and you don't give up, you're consistent, you can do whatever you want in life, and that's why I'm standing where I am today. I did it for myself, and now I'm pass it over to Ella. Clicker? Yeah.
So I gotta put two things in them.
Oh, you need both?
Do I?
Do you have a mic ready?
I have one.
Yeah. And then you need this one. Yeah. Two mic, double mic.
Double mic in.
There you go.
Hello, everybody. How are we doing? Good, good, cool. So my name is Ella, and I work with Lewis. I've been with Lewis for about, I would say, like a little bit over 6 months. I started with him in September. Prior to working with him, I was kind of dabbling in real estate, not really knowing what direction I was taking. And I had graduated, actually I graduated from Rutgers with a business degree last year. Had no idea if I wanted to go into the corporate world or if I wanted to kind of deviate and go into real estate, investing, a startup, or something. So I was a little bit confused for about 6 months after graduation. But once I came across Lewis, I said, you know what, let me just hit this straight on and then just continue with that. So I guess I'll tell you a little bit more of my story as I go through the presentation, so you'll get to hear a little bit about that. So how many of you guys think that a home is an asset? If you want to raise your hand. Asset? Asset? You think it's an asset? Do you guys know the difference between an asset and a liability, first of all? Yes. So an asset is something that's actually producing you some type of income, while a liability is something that's kind of, you're paying into it. So do you guys think a home is an asset or a liability? It's kind of in between, a little bit of both? All right. Cool. So like I said before, an asset kind of pays your bill, while a liability is something that's kind of taking away from you. So we could say that a home is actually a mix of both. Like, I think somebody over here said it's a mix of both. So a home can be an asset in the sense that if you buy a multifamily, you live in one unit and then you rent out the other units. So that's when it's an asset. When it's a liability, it's when you have a single home and you're paying into the mortgage. So that's the difference between those two. I was a sophomore in college. I actually purchased a multifamily for the first time. I had no idea what I was going to do with it, but instead of me keeping it, I should have kept it because I bought it really low, but I didn't really understand the aspect of it, so I ended up fixing it up and selling it. And I actually bought that property through a sheriff's sale my sophomore year. The way that I saved up through that is because I've been working since I was 13. I worked at a pizza shop. As soon as I turned 13, it was one of my friend's parents' pizza shop, and I was like, let me make some extra couple bucks during the weekend. So I started working then, and then ever since I've been working side jobs, doing this, doing that, all throughout college, all throughout high school, and around I think it was my freshman year in high school, I started bartending, and I was making really good money, which allowed me to pay for my tuition and save up some money to purchase this property. So instead of me actually paying for my tuition, my second semester of my sophomore year, I decided to take out a loan and then buy this property. And that's how I was kind of dibbling and dabbling into real estate, and that was like my first experience, which I ended up making pretty good money on it. And then I said, if I could do this like 4 or 5 times a year, then I'll be set. But it's a little bit more difficult than you could imagine in the beginning. So I did come across a couple of situations, and it did take me, I believe it was almost a year to fix a house and sell it. So it was a year that I had my money tied into the property. So I was living off credit cards, and I was trying to bartend and make the money. So it was difficult, but at the end it was definitely worth it. So definitely, if you guys are like thinking about whether or not going into real estate or anything related, it's worth an investment, even if you have to sacrifice in the beginning, because you're young right now. I'm sure that your bills are very small compared to what it can be in like 5-6 years. So you might as well take the risk now versus later on in life. So what age can you actually get a mortgage? So how many people here are over 18 besides the crowd over there? So how many of you guys are over 18? None. Okay. Okay, so technically you have to be 18 years old to get a mortgage, and you have to have 2 years of employment history. So as soon as you turn 18 and you have 2 years of employment history, you're able to not get a mortgage, but you can at least try to see what you have to do in order to actually fully qualify for a mortgage. And now with a mortgage, you can actually purchase an investment property, which, like I said before, it could be a multifamily, and that could actually be income producing, and that would be an asset. Or you could, just purchase maybe a condo or something for yourself, which in the future, after it's all fully paid, become an asset. But my suggestion would be, hey, look into the multifamily aspect of things. And obviously, you need to have sufficient income and assets. So that's why I say the minimum requirement is 2 years of income and to be 18 years old. And you could reach out to any mortgage rep and say, hey, can we see what we could do here? How much do I qualify to maybe start investing in real estate, or maybe purchase my first property, or partner up with your parents and see if you could do that. I think Derek might have done that. One of the guys at the office, yeah, he did that. He purchased a property, I believe through the sheriff's sale, got a mortgage with his parents, made some money on that, and now he's going to keep doing it, and it's just a matter of just risking it, sacrificing it a little bit in the beginning, and then going and getting past it. Believe that's it for me. So I think that I'm going to be.
You said over the age of 18.
Oh, okay. Sorry. So you have to be 18 or over. So how many of you guys are actually 18? Okay, oh, so there's a good amount. Have you guys worked for 2 years? So you might qualify for something. I don't know, have you guys, no? So maybe you might qualify for something. You should look into that. Maybe you could get an investment property or something. Yeah, well, listen, I got my business cards. All right, so I'm going to be handing the stage to Louis, or...
I couldn't fuse them both because remember how it was coming out?
Good job.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, great. Yeah, let me go and then you go up, okay? Danny does that. Set it up, Danny. So all I have to do is hit play okay. Okay, guys, can I get your attention, please? Okay, we're just taking a quick break to switch slides, but we have something really exciting for you guys. So hopefully you're paying attention, because now we're going to quiz you guys. We're going to break up the room in half. This side is going to be one team. You guys come up with a clever name. This is going to be another team. Come up with a nice name. We guys are going to play Family Feud, and we want to see if you guys are paying attention. Yeah, so the agents also split in half. You guys can help this group. You guys can help that group. Okay? Now the agents are not allowed to give out the answers, but you guys can give help. You guys can give advice. Okay? Danny, you got it in present mode? Huh? I can't hear you.
When I hit start, it's going to start counting down.
Okay. So we do it right before, okay. Okay, you guys. Yeah, okay, guys, look, listen up. So here are the rules, right? You guys can give them tips. They don't know the answers anyway. You guys can give them tips. You guys can help, right? You're not allowed to give the answer. You guys aren't allowed to be the one who's, so only the kids are going to be the ones participating.
You have the answers on your phone?
Yeah, I'll give them to you. Okay, guys, I want to talk to you guys about something really quickly before we jump into our game. We have a special guest, the nephew of Steve Harvey, Danny Harvey, here today. He's going to give us the... So Danny's going to be our host for the game, but I just want to talk to you guys really quick about a quick topic. I see that you guys are really dressed to the nines today. You guys look okay. One important thing to remember is it's not about dressing for the career you have, but for the career you want. So if you're working somewhere and you're the best dressed one, no one's ever going to complain to you. Today you guys see me a little bit casual. You know, I wanted to represent the company, so you guys see that I'm a little bit dressed down. But if I'm seeing a client, I'm dressing up in a button down, a tie, a sports jacket most times. So this is important, guys. You can never be too overdressed, right? It's going to feel a little weird at first when you start going places where you're dressed up. But when you start getting the compliments or people will tell you, wow, you look really presentable, you know, then you're going to feel like, okay, I could do this more often. So don't ever be scared to dress up. It's always a good thing. I was not nominated, but I was voted the best dressed in high school because I always saw the value in that. So I continue that to this day. And I always try to dress to impress. So guys, hopefully I leave you with that last pointer. I'm going to give the stage up now to Danny, but before I do, I want to find out what is the name of the team here? It could be your mascot name. It don't matter. The Warriors on this side. We got the Warriors, Sinai Warriors, and how about you guys?
Sinai State.
Sinai State over here on this side. All right. So all right, without any further ado, we have Danny Harvey. Come on, buddy. Yeah, you got to take the clicker, right? All right, you got the clicker? Come on. I got it. You need this one too for Facebook Live. Make sure you don't hit the green light up. 7474. Round one, you got here. They're all in order. I don't know if you want to do it like this.
Shouldn't you be the one to have this? And because someone's got to be behind there clicking on the boxes.
Okay. All right. Good. All right, guys. Listen up. We're about to start.
Hey everybody, thank you very much for coming today. So we got a very nice surprise for you guys today. We're gonna play some Family Feud. So I don't know if y'all have played Family Feud before, but what is gonna happen is we've broken you into two teams and we're gonna see what you know about finances. What do you guys know about finances? I don't think y'all know much about finances, to be honest with you, but we're gonna find out. All right, so we got the Warriors versus Sinai State. Let's get this game going. So, first question is, please, if my lovely assistant would click on show question. Thank you very much. Question number one. Are you guys ready? Well, first off, who's going first? That's what we need to know. Who's going first? They are? Yeah. Team of State? Yeah, we're going first. All right. Oh, actually, that's not how the game is played. I need two team leaders to step up here. No, you already got up. You already got up. You already got up. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right. Here we go. I love the DJ. Look. There we go. So we actually could not afford a buzzer. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna raise your hand and scream, and the first one to do that, that's technically gonna be the one who's gonna go first.
Wait, but you need a ref.
Isn't that my job? Thank you very much. Okay. Don't question me now. Sit down, please. Order, please. Thank you very much. So the first, the top 5 ways to raise your credit.
Hey, saving properly.
Saving properly?
Yeah. Saving your money properly.
Saving your money properly. I don't know what the judges got to say about that one. Saving your money properly?
Sorry, that's not one of them.
I'm so sorry. Could you please hit that red X? Thank you very much. Please. Top 5 ways to raise your credit. Pay your bills. Paying your bills on time. Now that's, if I'm going to pay my bills, it would be on time because they do hit you with that late fee. So that's a I don't know, but the hold on. You just removed it. Start over, go back, hit the back arrow. Pay on time. All right, there we go. We're on a roll already. Mom spaghetti. Go back, hit the back arrows. Hit the back arrows. Hit the back arrow. Hit the back arrow and start over. You know what? Just leave it. They already saw the answer. They already saw the answer. Just leave it. Okay. So we are experiencing some technical difficulties, and
so since they answered the question, they're going to play first.
Yes, exactly.
So, all right.
Well, apparently they do want to play. I mean, they're very excited about going first. So, hit show question. Hit show question. Okay. Now just click on the first two. Now click on the first one too, because they. Okay, everybody. So we need the remaining 4 top ways to raise your credit. Becoming a joint, I don't know. That doesn't sound right. I don't think that might not be it. I don't know. We're going to see what the...
You want to get okay?
Okay. There we go. 3 more answers, 3 more tries. We got 3 more answers and we got 3 more tries.
Open up alone.
Open up alone. How is opening up a loan going to raise your credit? A credit line. A line of credit. Opening up a line of credit. I don't know about it. She said opening a line of credit. We'll find out soon enough. Getting a loan. Right. All right. Well, now look at you. I guess you do know about finance. Okay. All right. Cool. We got 2 more answers, 3 more tries. Speak up, please.
They have 10 minutes to answer?
Yeah, we're going to give you a timer. 3, 2, 2.5. Please, can you give them a red X?
Credit card. Like get a credit card.
Getting a credit card. Well, we're going to give you a red X because you got to take a little long. He said opening a credit card.
There we go.
What's the answer?
Paying off debt rather than like moving around it.
Paying off your debt. Paying off your debt. I think that might help if you're trying to raise your credit. That might help. I guess we're starting over. Click on that. So I don't have a mustache. I'm trying to create my own image. I have the goatee. The goatee's better than the mustache. Thank you very much. Yes. What is your answer? Speak up, please. Keeping your balance low. That might help. If you keep your balance low. They got those. Open your credit line. They got that one. Get it alone. And she said keeping your balance low.
Answer was this.
Keep it a low balance. Whoa. Team Sinai got every answer right. The Warriors have slaughtered Team Sinai State. You guys need to step up your game. They got the all the points. Technically, they do. 48, 60, 65 plus 35, 100 points for Team Sinai Warriors. Okay. Can I please get the next 2 representatives? I said please, may I get the next 2? Got 1. Here we go. Thank you. Whoever put the slideshow together did not do a good job. Top paying. Oh, that was me.
Who's those your feet, baby?
What's going on? What do I have to yell at?
Okay. The question is, what are the top paying jobs in America right now? You got to raise it up and scream. Okay, come on. Start over. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. I don't know. We're going to have to do rock, paper, scissors to determine this one. We're going to have to do busting out the rocks and the papers and the scissors. Oh, hey now. Hey, that's how you move. Oh, yes. There's no sense. There's no sense.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Everybody, rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
It has been decided then. Now, what is your answer besides these two up there?
I'm going to say doctor.
A doctor now. Now, what kind of doctor?
Surgeon.
A surgeon. Now, surgeons do make a lot of money, so if it's not on there, I'm going to be surprised. Is this close enough? Close enough.
We want to play.
He didn't get the first answer. He didn't get the first answer.
But if she can get one of them, then go. If she gets number one, he get it. That's how she can steal. She can steal.
Oh, yeah. All right. What is your answer?
Real estate.
A real estate? Please give it that red X. Come on, let's get these questions now, please.
Lawyer.
Now, if a lawyer's not on the, there we go. There it is. Lawyer.
All right, next one. What do you guys think? Come on, raise it up.
I guess physicians and surgeons are the same thing. I don't know what to tell you about that one. Answer. What is it now? Now you don't got all day. Investment banker. Now I don't know about that one. Investment banker. Oh yeah. Now they got two. It's only one. We'll keep that in mind.
All right, next answer. Next one to play. Who's the next one? Who's got? 5, 4, 3.
Hurry, guys, hurry. Blurt out something. Stockbroker. Now, I don't know about I don't know too many rich stockbrokers, but I don't.
All right.
Accountant? I don't know. Accountant? I don't think there's a lot of money in accounting. Come on, Warriors. Let's go. Let's go. Come on, you guys gotta get something. 5, 4, 3, 2. R&D manager? Now how you know that answer? Now hold on, no. You cheated now. You cheated now. Someone told you that one. Someone told you that. Hold on. Do you even know what R&D stands for? Do you even, what does R&D?
Put your foot down.
What does R&D stand for? Oh my God. I try to help you guys. I really did. I don't know how they got that one, but they got that one, man. It's the whole point. There we go. Software development. Oh, make me put my foot down now.
Number 1 answer.
Take my belt off. I would like to present answers now. If I could please have complete silence. Thank you very much. So the number 1 answer was entrepreneur. Software development, pharmacist, engineer, architect. Okie doke. We're going to the next one. Can I please, pretty please with the sprinkles and the cherries on top, have the next 2 representatives? Thank you. Please don't everyone jump at once now. Let's go. Who's going next? Thank you, my man. Let's go. Come on. Now you gotta scream loud and proud, please. Thank you.
Quiet down.
All right.
You gotta say,
The top 5 meaning the best. The top best. The most popular. The most. Not necessarily the one that'll give you the most money. The one that's most popular. The one that most kids are taking. Okay. What are the 5 most popular college majors? I'm sorry. Your hand went up, but her mouth opened first now. So now you got it's got to be harmonious. It's got to be harmonious. The you know, not That's how you do it. Oh. You did make the sound first, so.
Criminal justice.
Criminal justice. I don't think there's much popularity with criminal justice now, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. And it's not there. I'm so sorry. Computer science. Is it? I don't know. Let's see what the judges have to say about computer science now. Yeah. Computer science. Number 1 answer for computer science now. Thank you very much now. Thank you now. She said business. Business. Judges, what do y'all have to say about business? Business.
Is it up there?
That's what I'm trying to find out. Is business one of the answers now?
Number 2. Okay.
Business right here. Okay. Attorney. That's not. I'm sorry. Did you really just? I'm sorry. Man. I didn't know attorney was a major. Law? Well, you should have said law. Regardless, it wasn't there anyway, so.
You still got 2 more chances.
Can we go?
No, not yet. What's your turn? Engineering? Medical engineering. I'm sorry now, but they don't really engineer medicals like that. There we go. They got one more chance now. Come on, guys. Architecture. I don't know if architecture is one of these, but we're gonna add. Oh, y'all. Man.
All right, guys, it's your chance to steal. They lost. If you can't get the answer, that's your chance to steal.
One chance, guys. Nursing. They're going with nursing. They're going with nursing. Alrighty now. So you guys got a grand spanking total 40, 12, 62. And that's it. There's only 5. I don't know why you're still clicking. Communications. There we go. Last round, best round. Please, may I have the next 2 representatives? I'm gonna start volunteering. Speak up. Thank you. We're going to do rock, scissors, paper. Tell me who goes first. Here we go. Bust out the rocks and the papers and the scissors now.
What's the question?
Top 5. Well, first off, who's going first? So please, let's get with the rocks and the scissors and the papers, please. What we got. This is how we determine who's going first now.
All right. Top 5 expensive entrepreneur.
He said gas. Is gas one of them? Gas is not one of them? You would think as an entrepreneur it would be one of them. Parmesan is a business expense. Now a cheesy joke is waiting for there, but I can't put it together. There's a cheesy joke in there somewhere. I just can't put it together, but Parmesan. It looks like blue. Yeah. I guess cheese is a very. So apparently, whoever set up the slideshow did not do a very good job. I wouldn't say that because we still got the lightning rounds. So we're gonna cut to some commercials now. In the meantime, while we get this configurated, doing some configurations. Thank you. Thank you. yes, we're going to have Petros perform for the halftime show. Yes, thank you, brother. Let's give a round of applause. Petros, yes. Halftime by Petros and Anna. Hold tight, everybody, please. We're going to get this right, so please stay tight. Thank you. Yes. So I guess they want to change that, the saying that 5 expenses of entrepreneurs. Gas. He said gas. I'm so sorry now. Transportation. Already. Now, yeah, he got it right, but now we're going to see if she can get it right too. I guess that's. Workplace. Work.
What is it?
Workplace. 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 Okay, now. Work. They said surgeon, and then if it was physician, apparently the judges, it's close enough. Hey, now come on, now, y'all get it out of order now, please. Hey, celery, like the food, celery, salary. Salary. All right. So she said celery. She said celery. No, salary. I heard celery. Like I think she's hungry. I don't know. Are you feeding the children? Are you feeding the children? She wants celery.
All right. Next number 1. Next question.
Okay. I'm sorry. Celery was not the answer. Advertisement. Advertisement. Let's see if advertisement is one of them. Marketing. I guess same thing. Close enough. Close enough. Okay. All right. Come on, guys. It's staff. Okay. I think a staff is a pretty important expense, but I guess it's not important enough. I guess you spend more on transportation than on your staff. That's a little sad. Next, networking. Networking. I don't know. Networking. Is that one? Come on, guys. Let's go now. Top 5, dead or alive. Wow, you got 5 seconds now. 5. Supplies. Stolen. Yep. You guys. What's number 3? Let's see what the number 3 answer was. Technology. Okay, now technology. So I think Warriors are winning. I think it's safe to say. Alright, I need the best 2 for the lightning round. The round that's full of lightning. Please. The best 2. The best 2. Here we go now. Best 2. Best two. Let's go. 1, 2. Buckle my shoe. I pressed something and I was
I'm pretty sure.
Now we got two extra people up here. We only need 2. We only need 1.
Oh, he said 2.
That was his backup. Who's gonna go first, ladies first? I need you to wait in the hallway across the room so you can't hear our answers. And then you're gonna go first.
And no cheating. No eavesdropping, please. Thank you.
Somebody over there.
Yeah, close the door. Close the door on them.
You should just stand up next to him.
Okay, so this is how the round of lightning goes.
He looking at my mother. You gotta watch him.
You have 1 minute.
I hope the questions are clear.
Yes, I agree.
Put it under fast money?
Right, you can't.
You put it under fast money?
Yeah, it should be.
Or is it this one or is it that one?
That's the next slide. That's for player 2.
Yeah.
Player 1, player 2.
So it will be on this one?
Yeah.
You ask the questions. How do I do it?
I don't know. Then how do you do it?
It's a minute.
We're just encouraging her right here.
Encourage them during the math test.
Okay, X.
So go back to the previous slide.
Lick and start. They got 1 minute, so if you want to use
Thank you.
How can you hide it now? Do you know how to hide it?
That's what I just do. Okay, and then what I just show the question.
Yeah. So
When they answer,
Then we
yeah.
Alright, go. Okay, let's get ready. You got 1 minute. Where's the timer? Where's the timer? 1 minute. I got it. Let's go.
60 seconds on the clock. I'm sorry.
You're gonna read it out to me.
You don't know how to read?
No, but it's a minute. They say it to you. So
Let's go.
No, hold on. Don't panic. Don't panic. Don't panic. Oh, am I not loud and clear enough? Is that what you're insinuating? Oh, I'm not clear now. Okay. Not clear.
Just focus.
Yeah.
You can close your eyes.
you got 38 seconds.
No. What?
You got 30 seconds, bro.
Where you about that?
Here.
He's not too loud.
It's not really a waste, but she's probably FaceTime.
He's crying.
Alright, so you got 10 seconds to get ready, okay?
10 seconds now. Okay. Everybody's starting to these questions. You got 7 seconds left. All right, next team. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Have a seat. Are we just gonna go back and forth all night? Or? Okay. 60 seconds on the clock. Answer as many questions as you can. Try to get them all right. Are you ready?
I can skip and come back to it.
Ready, spaghetti?
Yeah.
All right. Let's get it.
Yeah. If I say pass, he'll answer it at the end. I mean, he'll ask it again at the end.
Confirmation.
Yes, you can skip.
You can skip. You can skip. Yes.
But he comes back to it at the end. After.
Well, we don't really need this time. Here, can you get this Udi? We don't need this timer. It has a timer on it. It has a timer.
I don't need it.
Let's go. First question.
All right, question number 1 now. Timer, please start.
Don't read the question.
We got the timer. Timer's off.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What do creditors look for when applying for loans?
Your credit score.
Your credit score.
Keep asking.
How many years income do you need for a bank loan?
2.
Next question, please. Lower the credit score. Okay. Fill in the blank. Lower the credit score. Higher the
interest.
Okay. Next question. What should you know before buying a home?
The value, the distribution.
Time is ticking. Another name for a business owner.
Entrepreneur.
Best way to pay for college.
Loans.
At what age can you get a mortgage?
18.
Best way to build your credit.
Low balance.
First step in becoming an entrepreneur.
First what?
First step in becoming an entrepreneur. Is
I said planning. Soul, sugar bone, soul.
What happens? It's over. You gotta read the questions fast because the time.
well, Ed, well, that's not my. Well, you got the question.
Can she answer the last one?
Is a one family an asset or a liability?
Is a one family an
An asset or a liability? Okay. Right. She got liability. Yeah, I don't know how this is gonna work under a minute. Okay. She said credit score, 2 years, interest rate. Are you paying attention to what I'm saying, or am I talking to myself?
Did she get number 4 right?
For number 4, she said. Yeah, she skipped that. So she said entrepreneur. She said loans.
That was wrong.
She said 18. She said, what'd you say?
Low balance.
Low balance. First step.
Yeah,
Yeah, what'd you say for first step in becoming an entrepreneur?
I said planning.
Planning? Have a plan. Okay. All right. You got 6 out of 10. That's not bad. All right.
You already mentioned one else out there?
No, that was
Oh, you was like.
What happened to our lovely participant? Did he leave? Where's participant number 2? Boy with he had the big. Oh, there he is. Here we go now. All right, my man here, he's the redeemer. Redeemer.
My guys, quiet down, please, quiet down. Let's show them some respect. Come on.
Okay, question number 1. What do creditors look for when applying for loans?
Income.
Okay, question number 2. Please, y'all get at me. How many years income do you need for a bank loan? Tick tock, tick tock. He said 4. Okay, fill in the blank. Lower the credit score, higher the
Interest.
Okay. What should you know before buying a home? Tick tock, tick tock. Tick tock. Expenses. Another name for a business owner. Entrepreneur. A best way to pay for college. Come on. Come on, you just learned this today. You just learned it. Come on. At what age can you get a mortgage? He didn't even answer it. Okay. Best way to build your credit.
That's it.
Oh, that's it. Oh, okay, sorry. That's not my fault. I thought so too, but I guess it was letting you finish.
Open credit line.
Open a credit line. Is it right? Is it wrong?
You got number 3 right, by the way.
Yeah, you got.
He said expenses for number 4.
Don't worry about it. We'll go back to that later.
Okay, number 9. First step in becoming an entrepreneur. Invest. Sorry about that. Is a one family an asset or a liability? He said liability. Thank you very much for playing. That's all, folks. So I think it's pretty clear that
And then we go to like the actual show. The only people who do the fast round is the team who won the round.
Right, you guys won it. He just won it. He won a chance to win.
We won!
What we won?
Crash. PowerPoint crash out of nowhere.
Oh, it did?
Yeah.
It was over anyway.
Yeah, it was over. I don't know how many you got right.
Who caught my body? All right.
Guys, please listen up. I just wanna close out with a couple things. Sorry for the technical difficulty, but I'm sure you guys had a lot of fun. It doesn't matter who won the game, guys, because you're all winners. You all learned a lot today, so please keep that in mind. Huh? Warriors won? Yeah. I hear rematch another day. Rematch. All right, guys, listen up, please. I want to give you guys just a few parting words. We ordered some pizza for you guys, so please break your diets if you guys are on diet today. Enjoy. Me too. I'll eat a crust. All right. But listen up. So in all seriousness, I wanted to let you guys know that we're very proud of all of you guys, and we really believe in Sinai Christian Academy. So Culture State wants to announce that we're going to give a $1,000 scholarship or grant to anyone, to the person that has the highest GPA in this classroom. Okay? And we also want to, guys, listen up. We also want to offer a paid internship to anyone that wants to get into business or wants to get into our field of work. So that's also available to a single person who shows interest. We'll interview. Come next the end of the year if you're a senior, or come next year if you're a junior. So hopefully that'll motivate you guys to start working on your grades, start working. This stuff is really important because it just prepares you for life. You might not mean a lot to you right now about being the best, but later on, being the best is going to make the difference between you being average and you being exceptional. So the same thing, it starts right now, guys. So hopefully you guys enjoyed our presentation today, and thank you, Pastor Melendez, for letting us present. Everyone, thank you for participating, and thank you for watching.
All right, thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you, Culture State. Everybody, boys and girls, you enjoyed this today. We're going to give it up for Lewis and Culture State. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. Okay, as he said, you have pizza, and now you guys, this is what we're talking about. So right now, your report cards are actually going out today, and I'm doing your transcript, so I'll know about those GPAs, but this is what we're talking about. GPAs, and even if you have the highest GPAs, all things being equal, attendance is the next thing that I'm going to be looking at. So if you're someone with a great GPA and you want to compete against, we don't want anyone that doesn't come to work. So attendance is important, so that's going to be the next category. So let's see what happens.
Were you recording when I was talking? Was it recording when I was talking?
Little hot dog left. He had the hot dog. Oh, well, I mean, the hotspot wasn't working anymore.
When? What time?
Right now.
Oh, just that one?
All know it's great. So you must know what you've done. So we'll see at the end of the day or at the end of the week. I should have that for you guys next week. I'll let you know. Okay? But let's give him another hand.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Huh? We can stop it now or just leave it and let the kids, or leave it on the kids. Yeah, yes. Oh, guys, Culture State, please come up here.
I want to say someone paid before we move, I want to guys to listen up real quick.
Watch the camera.
Last year, Petros did sit here where you guys were sitting. And I remember, you know, even throughout the year, there's something that, Louis, you don't even know about, but this is why he blessed me. He said in my office one day, I said, Petros, you're a businessman. Remember that conversation? I said, you don't like to be in the box because you like to think outside the box. We talk personalities. You're, you know, because you're an entrepreneur. You have an entrepreneur mind. You're a businessman. It's hard for you to do anything inside a box. You don't like boxes. We talked about this. So one day he was like, Miss Wilson, he doesn't like to wear uniforms the right way. He wore uniform. We always thought the rules were just too many rules. And I said, one day you're going to understand this. You're going to appreciate this. Like, you're a businessman, you're an entrepreneur, you're outside the box. You think outside the box and you just don't boxes. But what I want you to do is see there's a reason for everything. So I made him a vice principal, my assistant principal, and he shadowed me for an entire day. He got a chance to walk in school to be the assistant principal for a day. And he came to the conclusion, I couldn't do your job, Ms. Wilson. And the reason he said that is because there are so many requirements to being a principal. There's so many things so many rules that he saw his own friends violating. And he realized that for him to, you know, to write them up or something like that, that's not something easy to do. But he recognized that, you know what, this isn't for me. This type of structural job isn't for me. I need to do something in a field that's going to make me be who I need to be and to use the gifts and talents I have as an entrepreneur. And so I'm so proud to stand here with this young man today. I love him so much. I'm so proud of you guys. He did it. And so, you know, this is what we want for these guys. I mean, you're here. If you can say a couple things to them right quick before you leave, you know, if you just want to share something, because you're an alumni of Sinai. And these are the future graduates. They're going to be graduating in like 7 weeks, some of them. And they need to know, you know, if you have something you wanted to share with them, give back to them today. What would that be?
Don't do the status quo or go for the average. Everybody tells you go to college, get a 9-to-5 job. If that's not something that you feel passionate for, don't do something that somebody else wants you to do. You're going to regret it for the rest of your life. Do something you're passionate about. Because not everything is made for everybody. Not everybody is meant to be wealthy. Because can you imagine if we didn't have garbage men in the streets? Can you imagine if we didn't have people working at retail shops? You have a specific thing set for you. So don't try and get out of that to please your parents or please somebody else. Do what you love and do what drives you. Do something that when you wake up in the morning, you're happy. That's probably one piece of advice I give you guys.
Awesome. All right. So,
I want you to bring your staff.
Coach Ursay, can you guys come, please?
If Coach Ursay come up here, and then we'll get the kids down here.
Of course.
I'll be in the front.
Danny, pan everyone, and then take it off the gimbal and take some pictures.
Wait, half the people in the front row are taller than me. While I'm standing out here.
We'll hold you up.
Yo, you have to get it.
Well, you go in the front. Come on.
Got it?
Yes.
You go in the front, buddy.
Wait, hold the camera hot.
Hey, can you hold it at an angle that you can actually see? Can you come to the front, please?
Put a chair back here. Let him stand on the chair.
Yes, come a little closer, guys. There we go. That's better.
Come on.
I'm gonna fall.
Here you go.
Come on, you roll.
You should have brought your high heels, bro.
Yes, he is. That's how it feels.
That's what it feels like.
It's crazy.
Headshots.
All right.
Okay, so you guys want to shout something?
Yeah. Say Warriors on 3.
Warriors.
Warriors on 3. 1, 2, 3. Warriors!
One more time.
time.
1, 2, 3. Whoa!
All right.
Yeah. All done. No problem, brother. Thank you, man. Bro, you look like you'd be one of the kids. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it, man.
No, appreciate you.
Yeah, man. That was great, man. The kids are cool.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm sure they loved it. Right?
Bro, they loved it. They interact. You know, it's like anything else. They don't know what they don't know, so they were very, well behaved.
Of course. We enjoyed it, bro. Yeah, really, really enjoyed it. Let's help Danny put some of the stuff away, and we'll be over there. Looks good, right?
Yeah, look.
Wow, bro. Good thing we learned how to use it.
I should have put it in slow-mo.
No, you could do the slow-mo afterwards. You could put it in post.
No, that's pretty freaking sweet.
Yeah, you could do the slow-mo in post. That'd be nice.
Dude, and I love the chairs there too. This is great.
I thought you were going to take a picture.
Well, yeah, you could take a still of it. Still of the video. It's 4K. Yeah.
I love it.
Danny and I have learned.
This is a stabilizer. It's called the Ronin. Like,
So using that now?
yes.
For your houses, bro? Like if you want to do a video inside? Sick.
Because remember how shaky and bad it was? Remember I was telling you that I need one of these?
Yeah.
Yeah, so now I can do really sick.
That's my nephew.
Hey, nephew.
Yeah.
What's your name, buddy?
Matthew.
Matthew, nice to meet you, brother. Did you like it?
Yeah, I like it all.
Yeah? And you had your on here. All right, this is awesome, bro. You guys are great.
We've been looking for a house for his mom.
Oh, really?
Him too, so.
Yeah, so you're learning the experience from like the beginning. Yeah.
He's looking at this too, so he's thinking of college for
Good.
this. He's gonna try college first, and then
Good,
see
you
if it
should,
doesn't
man.
work.
That's why I always say, give it a try. You don't know what you don't know, so go. If you like it.
You're 101.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, brother. Yeah, if you ever have any questions, man, you got a great auntie, right? She knows everything. Thank you, brother. Nice to see you, bro. Oh, my God.